Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. It's Lynn here. So in today's video I am creating an autumn card using some leaves I've picked from my garden. So this is some of them here. There are some gorgeous colours there. We've got yellows and greens. We've got a brown and green, so they're all very autumnal leaves. We've got a lovely reddy brown there, a green with a red and pink colour there, and then we have a bunch of lovely red ones there. I've also got a piece of white card and I've cut this down to 4.5 by 6.5 inches. I am using my die cutting machine and what's the other thing? I've lost it. Where have I put that? I've got a little stamp set which I will also be using when I find it. I did have it earlier and I put it down. I won't see that. However, I'll come on to that later on in the video. So this card actually came about from when I was creating my autumn leaves card a couple of videos ago. I had picked some leaves from my garden and they were quite wet, and what happened was I had some card out and with them being wet I put them down and they actually left an imprint onto the card that I was working on, and I started thinking, right, now if that has made some kind of sort of imprint onto my card and the colour was all, there, I thought, how will I actually get to make a card using the leaves? So I had a little bit think and I thought, if you sort of maybe press it down onto your card, but then I came up with I needed something fairly heavy to make the imprint. So that was when it came to me that maybe if I got my die cutting machine, because that sort of got, when you're obviously putting dies and things through it and embossing folders, you get your printed design. So that was how the card has come about. So yeah, let's get started on this fun autumn card. Okay, so I found my stamps I was looking for, and I'm just going to choose one of the sentiments from this Sheena stamp set. So this is the leaves that I've chosen. So it's these lovely brown with a little bit of, there is a slight tinge of green going through it. And what I'm going to do, this is the back of the leaves here. So this is the side that I'm lying down onto my card, and I'm just going to pop it into the corner like that. Then I'm going to take my cutting plates and I'm going to pop it onto my plates and run it through my die cutting machine, and I'll come back once I've done that. Okay, so that's what I've got. I didn't put any card over the top. I've tried that and I didn't find it worked very well because it transferred onto the other card and I just didn't think you got a great impression. So I've done it this way, where I just pop the leaves down, pop it onto my cutting plate, and then onto my base plate, and then put the cutting plate over the top, and I think you get a better impression. So I've picked a few different, well, they're all from the same lovely shrub, but I've picked a few pieces because I think when you use it once, the second time you don't get such a good impression. So each corner will be probably slightly different to the first corner. So I'm going to then pick another couple of leaves, and I'm going to do this corner. I've chosen my leaves and I've just laid those down the same as we did before, with the back of the leaf facing down onto the card, and I'm going to pop it in something like that. Pop it onto my base plate and then run it through my cutting. So that's my second one done. I know there is a bit of the sort of dye come out and onto the card there, and it's a little bit thick, but I just think that adds to the character of the card. So what I've decided for the top, I think it will be too much with all of these leaves. So what I'm doing is I'm just popping 2 at the top on these sides here. So I'll just pop off and get that sorted out. Okay, so this is how it looks. Yeah, little bits of the colour from the leaves has ran out onto the paper, but I just think that adds to the character. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in with my heat tool and give it a little bit of a dry. I think it looks absolutely fabulous, and the colour from the leaves is gorgeous. Just turn that over, and that just flattens that back out slightly. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, that's as much as I want to stamp out with my leaves. So I've taken 4 of my little ink pads, and this one is Siri, which is like an orange colour. Then we've got this brown colour. I don't know how you pronounce some of these. This one says meal, and this one says menthe. And all I've done is I've put a dab down the side like this, then the brown, then that one, then the green one, and then I've just mixed those together to give a nice autumnal colour. And what I want to do is just go around the edges of the card just slightly, working my way around just to take a little bit of the white and make it just like so, working my way along the card, just being careful not to get any onto my little image here, like so. You have to work fairly quickly with these inks because they're quick drying, and before you know it, they've dried right up. I think that looks really nice, like that. So I'm just going to continue around here just to take the harshness of the white from the card. Yes, I like that. And what I'm going to do is just come in around some of the leaves here. Okay. Going to add the smallest amount of water just to see if I can spread that one about a little bit. Okay, so I'm leaving that like so, and just in the middle, just a slight, just really, really light, like that. Not so heavy-handed there. And that will do. Yeah, so I'm liking that. Okay, so just to finish it off, I have taken the sentiment "Just to Say You're Amazing" from my Sheena stamp set, and I've taken this little eyes ink pad, which is the colour Siri. Just going to ink that up. I'm going to pop that into the middle like so. And there you have "Just to Say You're Amazing." So I've decided I wanted to pop the sentiment and make it into 3D. So I've decided to stamp it onto a white piece of paper, and the saying says "Just to Say You're Amazing." And I'm going to fussy cut around this and stick it on top of my card. Just think it stands out a bit better. Okay, so I've taken some 3D foam pads. I'm just going to peel the backs off of these. Okay, so I've just fussy cut round the saying, and I just think that will give it a little bit sharpness to the card, like so. Then I've just taken a 5 by 7 inch card. I've taken a piece of orange paper and trimmed that down to 6 3/4 by 4 3/4, and I'm just going to lay that down like that onto the card blank. And then what I've done is I've taken my card and I've popped some 3D foam pads onto the back just to give the card some dimension, and I'm going to pop that down like so. There we go. Okay, so here I'm just sticking some little pearls on, just like a little gold colour. Just think that finishes the card really nicely. I'm all fingers and thumbs here. And then the last one, we'll just put this one at the bottom here, like so. I cannot find my pickup tool. I've hunted about, but can't find it. Okie dokie. That's like my doorbell there, so I'll just have to pop off camera and see to that. So here is my finished card. I've added my panels to a white base card. I've layered this panel up onto some 3D foam pads. I've also added "Just to Say You're Amazing" sentiment, which I coloured, which I stamped out in the colour Siri which I think looks like a really fresh autumn colour instead of black. And the sentiment, just to say you're amazing, is absolutely appropriate to this card today, because I am actually so amazed at how beautifully the leaves have come onto the card. The beautiful colour, all the fabulous detail of the leaves. You can see all the little veins in the leaves, and I am so amazed and so impressed with how the card looks. It is absolutely amazing. So yeah, lastly, I added some pearls in a yellowy golden colour, which just ties in nicely with the colour of the background. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you have enjoyed this idea today, and thanks so much for spending time with me. Could I just ask if you would consider subscribing to my channel, also giving me a thumbs up and sharing this idea on social media? I would be ever so grateful for this. Also, I will be back with my Sunday crafting for Christmas, where I've got some fabulous 3D projects and lots of other stuff going on in the Sunday crafting to Christmas. And yeah, so happy crafting. Thanks for joining me. I will see you on my next video. Take care. See you all soon, and bye bye for now.